Someone asked if I could do a glitch effect using Affinity Photo, so I'm going to show how to do it. I'm going to try to use procedural textures as much as possible. To do the glitch effect, I'm first going to convert this to a grayscale image. Then I'm going to separate out the three different color components and slide them sideways. And then I'm going to add some noise effects to it. So I'll go ahead and get started. To create the grayscale image, I know I can do it another way, but I'll use procedural texture. I'm going to do an average of R, G, B. Select all three components, and there's a grayscale image. I'm going to merge visible, and I'm going to make 3 copies of that. I'm going to add a live filter to this one. Procedural texture. Now I'm going to make turn off the green and blue channels. And so if I turn these off for now, you can see that one's the red channel. Then I'm going to go up to this one. I'll turn this on, and I'll add a procedural texture for that one. And on this one, I'm going to turn off both the red and the blue, so I have just the green channel. And then the last one will be just the blue channel. I'll turn that on, turn on the procedural texture, and then add a procedural texture, and then turn off the red and green. So those are both set to 0, so each one separates out a separate channel. Right now it looks like I just see the blue channel, but if I go here, I could set this one to add, but it turns out what you want to do is to add these two. So I'm going to add these 3 channels together, leave the red blending mode normal, but then I'll add use add function on this one and this one. Okay, so now I'm back to my grayscale image, but I can go to each of these and then just, I'm not going to use the filter, but I'm just going to grab it, and I can move it sideways. So I can use arrows to move this sideways either way. And so I could do it a little or a lot. So I'll just do that one a little bit, and then I'll grab this one and move that one a little bit. Let's see, or maybe I'll grab this one and move that one a little bit. See, yeah. Like that. So there's the first part of the glitch. Separate the colors a little bit. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add another procedural texture, and I'm going to add some lines to this so it looks like video display lines. And I'll just do this manually, although I have a procedure written up. So I'm going to start with a variable vector, we'll call it v equals vector 2 of x and y, and I'm going to have it be times a divided by w, so I can scale it. And then I'm just going to do for this one I'm going to use a smooth OSCI SC, and I'm going to have it be v.y, and I'll have a s parameter on that one. So now I've got to add my my a is going to be a real value, my s is going to be a slider value. Okay, and I'm going to apply this to all 3 channels, and I'm going to bring this up to 300. Okay, so that is and I'm going to pull this up above everything. Okay, so that seems a little high, so I'm going to bring it down to 200, 150. Okay, so now I can see these lines. If I move it this way, they get smoother as I go this way, so it's not too bad. I could also multiply these by a factor. I think I'll just use the blending modes to do that for now. So I'll leave them just like that, and then let's do I think a soft light or an overlay. So if I bring this down, just bring those in a little bit so you can see there's lines there. Okay. And then the last one, I'll add another procedural texture filter. And I know you can do this other ways, but this one I'm going to add 3 different colors. These are going to be, I'm going to start out with variable v equals vector 2 of x and y times a divided by w, and then I'm just going to do noise of v like that. So let's take a look at that, and I have to add my a, and I think that's it. Let's see. Oh, no semicolon. Okay, so there's that one, and I just bring this up to about 300. Okay, so there's my noise, and then I'm going to do, I think, harmonic noise, see what that is. Now I could do an I in here, and so if I bring this down to, let's do like 50. So there's my, that's my pixelated noise. So this is a choice that you need to make artistically. You could do the CR noise. It's going to be sort of pointy like that, or some other type. So you could just use regular noise. I think I'll just do regular noise like that, and yeah, and then I'll just copy this down here to all 3 of them. Now, it's grayscale, and I want colored noise for this example. So one way to do that is to go into the coordinates and just add W to it. So just shift everything over a W, and then I could subtract W from this one. So shift everything over a W. Now I've got my randomized noise, and I might want to add an offset, multiply by, I'm going to multiply by 2 times a C value, which will be sort of a contrast. So I'm going to do that on all 3. And I'll add a B value, which will be like my brightness. I'm going to add B to this. On all 3, like that. And so now I got to add, I'll just have this B value is going to go from -1 to 1, and the C value is going to go up to 0. So I can dial this down or increase it or decrease it. So I'm going to put it down there and then bring it up, and I'm actually going to bring this up to 500, and I think I'm going to go back to the I noise. I think I sort of like that one better. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I like that better. But I'm going to bring this up and bring this all the way down. And I think I'll set this down at 300. That's might be too much, but let's try this. And then I have to choose a blending mode for this. And so I'll look and see which one I like. So there's darken, multiply, not those. And so I'm thinking one of those that doesn't show noise in the dark spots, but shows it in the lighter spots. So I think I like soft light usually, or overlay. I'll do overlay, and then I'll just bring this down a little bit, like that. And you can always bring in more of it this way too, or this way. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to, okay, so there's most of this procedural texture stuff. Then the next part, I'm going to do a layer merge visible on this to create a new layer that has all of that stuff in there. And then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do the glitching now. And so I'll just grab some rectangles and I'll do a bunch of, I think I'll do a bunch of little ones first. So I'm going to switch over to the add mode so that I can add do a bunch of these at once. And then I'm going to stay away from some of the key features at first. So I think when you do, this is just a statue, so it doesn't have too much of a facial feature on it. But if you do this, I think you want to do, be careful when you get to key features like the hands and the face, so you don't just trash them out. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with this. So add a bunch of glitches in here, and we can come in from the edge. I'll try to be careful with the hands a little bit. All right, so I got all those selected. I'm going to go to my arrow. I'm going to use the arrow button on my keyboard to shift these over. Okay, so now I can shift those over, and now I'm going to Control D to deselect all those, and I'm going to go in with this marquee tool and do the same thing again and select a bunch of areas, and it doesn't really matter if they overlap a little bit. I'll probably do a little bit of face stuff here. Oops, I gotta hit the add button so they stay in place. And I don't know how much, I guess, you want to do with this. So I'll just do that. And let's see, last time, it looks like I went that way, so I'll go the other way. Like that. And I Control D to deselect those. Okay, so now it's pretty messed up. I could go into liquify persona, and one of the things I could do is first freeze areas that I don't want to affect, so maybe the face or the hands or something like that, or anything else that you don't want this to affect, and then go into the whatever tools you want to use. I'm going to go into the push forward tool, and I'm just going to grab some of these things and move them around, add some more variation to this stuff. It's all glitching out here. Like that. And just mess around with it as much as you want, then apply. And so that's the total effect. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and thanks for watching.